An audio morning brief of the U.S. stock market. I'm Rich Potts for Critical Point. It is January 2nd. It is 9:34 a.m. Eastern Time. Happy New Year. Okay, just completed videoing the weekly update. It is an hour late in the update. I have some interesting long-term comments, some things that I'm going to start working on over the next 4 to 10 years in society, and I'm turning anti-rich and turning other things that I think. But really, I realize all that stuff's probably got to wait to after Trump does his term here. But what's fascinating is I have a chart that was put out by Zero Hedge, has something to do with Goldman Sachs and some of the other big Wall Street stuff. And it shows the largest capital stocks in the S&P 500 index since 1925. And what's scary is it's as high as it was in 1929 before the big crash. You may want to take a look at that, even if you're not interested in all my other comments of what's going on long-term in society and Trump and all that stuff. All right, so where are we now? I wanted to make sure I did this morning brief for those of you who just want a quick update and don't want to mess with the video until you have time to watch it. But I do give you the short-term stuff at the beginning of the video like I always do, in case you want to watch that and then come back to watch the rest of it. At any rate, the model is suggesting the market ought to top for a level 4 today, intra-week fluctuation, most important intraday. And it's warning that the price in the futures overnight was lower than Friday, and it's saying that might not be an actual level 4 bottom. If so, the market should drop today all the way back, or at least by tomorrow. It could be a quick drop here to do that. Now, unfortunately, we could make an argument that it just bottomed a little later overnight than it should have. These things only work 70 or 80% of the time, so it could be that. So if it's a true level 4 bottom, then I think we can still top for level 4 today, but it could come down slower, and it might be up more than I realize at first, and then come down, and it really doesn't have to bottom like Monday, okay, something like that. So unfortunately, we got two different scenarios on these level 4s. It's a bit fuzzy, but I'm feeling as though it's really more likely it needs to back off a little to start the year. Now, as we zoom out from those level 4s to the larger trend during a month, up and down, the monthly type business, okay, what I find is that the level 3s can get really sloppy and weird on us, but ideally, the market should work lower into next week. But there's a lower probability scenario that it actually bottomed last week, and this is just a little pullback here, or I should say it should bottom this week, is what I should say. So again, even the level 3s can get a little fuzzy on us here as they try to decide how are they really going to start this year off. And they also are looking out when Trump's coming into office and start signing bills and start going to work here. So don't have much insight here. It feels like this could be bottoming right here, right now for level 3, okay? And yet it feels as though it may not bottom the next week. So I wish I could help you there. Obviously, if you get a strong update, it's probably a sign of a level 3 bottom. Now, as we zoom out for the still larger level 2, level 1 trends, they appear to be down from the record high price in December for all three of the major stock indexes, and appears that they don't have to bottom to early Feb. So it can stay down that long. Doesn't mean it goes down that long, but it can stay down off the record high that long, okay? Now, inside of that, there is a possibility the market bottoms this week. And if it is, it may go higher right into April, May, June, July. And you'll want to watch the weekly update and see the charts and get some ideas of what I'm talking about there. But the problem is it could still give us a fake out, move up and come back later. And again, it just depends, I think, of how they get started for what do they want to do for this year, but also how do they deal with Trump and getting started with Trump on his term, okay? And we're seeing various indicators breaking. We're seeing some of these long-term bulls saying, well, it's probably time for a minus 10% drop in the stock market, a correction. And they're still long-term bullish. They're not, at least the ones I'm following, aren't telling us when. They're just saying it can happen this year. Well, that makes sense to me. We got to watch out for that. Can it happen now? Maybe. I don't think so, but I got those price targets that it could certainly go that low, okay? And so we'll have to take it one step and watch it. But I must say, if you're very bulled up, these price levels look nice to me. And I understand why some of the die-hard long-term bulls have come out and said, back the truck up and load it up. Buy all you can buy. But at the same time, I'm thinking, I'm a little concerned the bigger down move really isn't going to come for a few months yet. And where is this bottom? I don't think it can come this week, okay? And I may miss it, okay? Because the model's saying we've met minimum requirements. This could be one of the more important buys during the year, okay? And yet even the model hasn't grabbed onto anything where it'd say, buy it, okay? And it's not even giving me like price levels higher where if it goes up to a certain price level, oh, you better buy it. I think the way to think about this from now into early Feb, as you get an up week, probably should assume we got that bottom in place. That's your level 2, level 1s. For the level 3, I'm more inclined to think I want to see it up for 2 or 3 days to tell me the level 3 is up, but then you might already have missed out too much for that level 3 because that's a smaller move inside of these larger moves. So at the minute, to start the year off, we're just watching the market and rather hopeful it actually goes down. I'd like to buy a lower price than this. And we're just trying to now stay focused on this level 1 bottom coming in Jan to early Feb, okay? That it's a buy. We're going to talk less about that December top. That might be a long-term top. And when the market goes above that long-term top, it's probably a long-term bullish indication into the year 2026. More importantly, we need a record high after February to tell us to feel more friendly, bullish into 2026. Right at the moment, there's no question about it, until we get that record high, get past some of these hurdles, there are things that can go wrong that we can have some nasty down moves yet here and things that just don't work right. For the moment, though, it's still looking like everything's just net long-term bullish, that this is just a setback, some profit taking, and we'll do our best to find that level 1 bottom, and we're in the time frame. We've seen the ingredients come together where we're ready to do it, just haven't got enough to do it. And I'm just hopeful we actually get a little more lower than this first, okay? Keep an eye on interest rates. For the moment, stock market's kind of doing its own thing, not paying much attention to interest rates. Well, I could be wrong on that because it is up this morning and the rates are down. Dollar's soaring. So far, the stock market shrugged that off. That's rather interesting, okay? All right, past results and unnecessary indicative future results. Have a great day. Thank you.